Primary. Joining us to talk about Florida and beyond, Jamal Simmons. He's a Democratic strategist, principal of the Raven Group, and Crystal Wright. She is editor and blogger with conservativeblackchick.com. So good to see you guys again.
Nice to see you too.
It just gets more and more interesting. This is pretty historic. I want to start with you, Jamal. This is a three-man race. There's no clear winner. The fight for the nomination could very well go beyond Super Tuesday. So the longer this thing goes, does it help or does it hurt President Obama?
Oh, I think this time it helps President Obama because it gives him the opportunity to stand on the stage like he's going to do tomorrow night at the State of the Union, to be President of the United States, to be Commander-in-Chief, to be focused on jobs and the economy, while the Republicans are involved in this sort of circus that's been taking place over there. And so you've got all these folks sniping and shooting at each other, going back and forth. Mitt Romney is still probably the favorite to become the nominee just because he's got money and organization that will last. But Newt Gingrich has surely decided that if Romney's going to win this nomination, he's got to go through Gingrich's body to do it. And they're really fighting it out.
Oh, and Crystal, let's take a look here. Mitt Romney, he just went before reporters to answer some questions, and he really went after Gingrich on this. I want you to listen to this.
I think as you look at the speaker's record over time, it's been highly erratic. You know, he voted in favor of establishing the Department of Education, and yet he gets in a debate and says we should get rid of the Department of Education and send all the education issues back to the states. He's taken, I mean, he's opposed vehemently to the Massachusetts healthcare system, and yet just a couple of years ago wrote about what a superb system it was.
I think Governor Romney's core problem was that he governed as a Massachusetts moderate, which by the standards of Republican primary voters is a liberal, and he can't relax and be candid.
All right, so is this an effective line of attack for Romney?
You know, watching that clip, Romney can't even attack Gingrich with fortitude. He stammers, he stutters. I mean, a weak Romney is not an electable Romney, and we're seeing that over and over again. And Gingrich is pointing out the exact thing that I've said all along. Romney is looking soulless. He's looking like a wooden man, like a plastic Ken doll. He's going to have to break through in Florida and connect with the people. And I think finally, you know, the only circus that's going on is the presidency of Barack Obama. Barack Obama, while the candidates, the GOP, the last four standing, are talking about jobs and real issues, Barack Obama was in Disney World, followed by 4 fundraisers. I think the one with Spike Lee was like $30,000 a plate. Then he had 3 others in New York. And the day after the State of the Union, Barack Obama is going to go to 5 swing states to raise money to protect his job. So I think, if anything, this battle between who our GOP nominee is going to be great for our nominee, because they're putting a spotlight on Barack Obama, the campaigner-in-chief, more concerned with saving his own job than helping 13 million Americans find a job.
We got to get Jamal in here real quick. Jamal, one of the things that Mitt Romney decided to do over the weekend after he lost in South Carolina was to go ahead and release his tax returns tomorrow. How do you think this is going to play out? Does it put this issue to rest, or does it highlight his millionaire status and make it even more difficult to relate to him in terms of middle and working class Republicans?
Well, we'll see what's in the tax returns. And remember, he's only releasing 2010 and an estimate for 2011. It'll be interesting to see if people want to go back further than 2010 and whether or not he has to do this again when he's got the final 2011 numbers. But what's most interesting is something that Crystal said a second ago, that Mitt Romney, when he's asked questions about this, he certainly does look uncomfortable. And I wrote a piece that's going up today on govote.com about this, about how he kind of has this Rotarian, you know, this Rotary Club president demeanor. That he looks like he's, you know, just standing in front of a bunch of businessmen. He can't really deliver these attacks. While Newt Gingrich is sort of like a reformed rascal. He's sort of like one of these guys who, you know, he's had a bad life before, you know, he's gotten into some trouble, but like Bill Clinton, like George W. Bush, he's kind of trying to pull himself out of his negative traits and really trying to get back to the American people. And the American people are a forgiving bunch, which is why his personal life really doesn't have the same impact I think we thought it would have. So we'll see what happens when this fight goes on.
Okay, a lot of fight left. Jamal, Crystal, thank you very much.